chest. Better not steal from that. Don't need to make enemies out of those who are currently friends.
How wonderful. Welcome, Outlander.
Ah, both of you right here. How convenient. Thank you, Zeros, for rescuing me. Now I'll stay here at Holamayan with Master Borello and assist him with the monastery's library. Nothing new there. The light-hearted, buoyant armigers are rivals of the more solemn ordinators in the service to the temple. Caius has gone back to the Imperial City. He says he's been recalled. I wonder. I never know what he's thinking. I think he's involved in something secret, something dangerous. I was hoping he might help us. Now he's gone. I don't know what to think. Of course, normally I only use Almsebi intervention scrolls, but for my escape from the Ministry of Truth, a divine intervention scroll was just what I needed. So what did I need to go here for? Guess I just need to find the right topic. Oh yes, the Lost Prophecies. I'm not seeing that specific option here. I think these are things I've already read. So I'm here for the Lost Prophecies, but well, this should be readable even at the bitrate I have to render at, since this is completely unskilled 720p. So if I thought that I had already read something out and was mistaken, it shouldn't be too hard to get what was being said there. Get out of the way, stupid junk. Okay, I can speak with Gilvis here about the prophecies. I have reviewed the Apocrypha, and I have found 2 passages of particular interest. We've made copies of these passages to give to you. Many are familiar with the 2 Nerevarine prophecies current among the Ashlanders called The Stranger and the 7 Visions. We have 2 other prophecies, the Lost Prophecy and the 7 Curses, that may offer additional insights into the riddles surrounding the coming of the Incarnate. Perhaps these are the Lost Prophecies that your friend Nabani Mesa told you about. We have also prepared a document for you called Kagranak's Tools. This document will explain it to you, and to others, the terrible secret that the Temple conceals about the true history of the Tribunal and the corrupt nature of the divine powers. It is to conceal the secret that the Temple persecutes the Nerevarine and the dissident priests. This persecution must stop. We must be united against the true enemy, Dagoth-Ur. And if you are the Nerevarine, you must lead him against us, or lead us against him. Wow. From 7th sign of 11th generation, neither hound nor gua, nor seed nor harrow, but dragonborn and Farstar marked, outlander incarnate beneath the red mountain, blessed guest encounters 7 curses. Star-blessed hand wields thrice cursed blade, to reap the harvest of the unmourned house. I've annotated your copy of the Lost Prophecy with our best efforts at interpretation. but a rough summary might be: an outlander, foreign-born but welcomed as a guest, confronts 7 curses beneath Red Mountain. His hand, blessed by Azura, uses a cursed blade to bring justice to House Dagoth, or House Dwemer, or both. The Nerevarine, an outlander? That wouldn't please many Ashlanders, and may explain how the prophecy got lost. How about the 7 curses? The 7 curses reads as follows. Through the doors of the unmourned house, where scoffers scoff and schemers scheme, from the halls of the earth-breaking house ring 7 curses of gods blasphemed. First curse, curse of fire. Second curse, curse of ash. Third curse, curse of flesh. Fourth curse, curse of ghosts. Fifth curse, curse of seed. Sixth curse, curse of despair. Seventh curse, curse of dreams. Your copy of the 7 curses bears our guesses at interpreting the verses. In short form, 7 curses come from House Dagoth, or House Dwemer, or both. Fire and ash come from Red Mountain. Flesh is Corpus. Ghosts, seed, and despair are unclear, but Curse of Dreams seems to refer to recent cases of soul sickness and sleeper attacks on the towns. The Hieroglypha are the collected priestly writings of the temple. The Apocrypha are the hidden writings. Secrets only known at the highest levels of priesthood and inquisition. Defying the temple, we have gathered as much of the Apocrypha as we can here in Holamayan. One of the chief disputes between the temple and the dissident priests is that the temple hides the truth from its followers. What else have we got here? About the Nerevarine. Our interest in the Nerevarine used to be a matter of principle, a willingness to consider the validity of mystical insights rejected by the temple doctrine. Now, Dagoth grows stronger while the tribunal power grows weaker. And the return of Saint Nerevar, even if only reborn in spirit, may be our best prospect of salvation. A significant part of the temple hierarchy might be more inclined to accept and tolerate differences of opinion and dogma. But many other parts of the temple, in particular the ordinators under Burel Sala, claim that the threat from Red Mountain and Dagoth can only be resisted with the unified, resolute faith. The people are afraid, so they support the hardline, but if we can show ourselves able to confront Dagoth more effectively than the ordinators, the temple and the people will support us. By the way, here are a few books from our library you might find of interest. Each gives a very different impression of Nerevar. This is a new threat, and not widely recognized as another face of the devil Dagoth, but it is clearly a sign of coming crisis, and the temple may no longer be able to protect Morrowind. In such troubled times, the Dunmer may turn to the ancient pillars of faith, the ancestors in the Daedra, and especially to the prophetic visions granted by our Lord Azura. Then they may look to the Nerevarine, Saint Nerevar Reborn, to lead them against the grim armies of Dagoth. Terrible place, yada yada yada. Whew. That's a lot to go through, especially after doing that Dunmer voice. Unfortunately, cold coffee doesn't really do anything against that. Alright, I suppose I can read the lines here. Lines 1 through 3. of ancient family but not of the four great Ashlander clans, born under foreign stars in the sign of the dragon, the imperial sign. Lines 4 to 5. Outlander incarnate appears as a formal epithet, stressing the linkage between the words. The Outlander incarnate is a blessed guest, one not born of the tribes but accepted as a guest with the rights of hearth and hospitality. Under Red Mountain, he will confront and balance against 7 curses. See the 7 curses prophecy. Also, Dagothr is served by his 7 kin, once great wizard lords called ash vampires by the Ashlanders. Starblessed suggests Azura, the Daedra lord and patron of magic, fate, and prophecy. Thrice cursed blade may refer to a weapon called Keening, associated in certain legends with the Battle of Red Mountain and Dwemer Craftlord Kagrenek. Reap the harvest is a reference to the proverb, you harvest from the seeds you plant, which means you get what your labors deserve, in both a positive sense of reward and a negative sense of punishment. The unmourned house could be either or both of the lost great houses of the Dunmer, House Dwemer and House Dagoth. Lines 1 through 3 are ambiguous. May refer to the impiety of the god-mocking House Dwemer, or the treacherous diplomacy of the subtle House Dagoth, or both. House Dagoth, however, was revealed as oathbreakers for the treachery at Red Mountain. It may, however, refer to unspecified broken oaths of peace between Lord Nerevar and Lord Dumak, founders of the Great Council. Nerevar and Dumak were loyal friends until the disagreements between Dwemer and other great houses broke out in open conflict. Line 4. The Dwemer were the mockers and profaners of the divine. The curses of fire and ash would come from Red Mountain, where Dagothr rules. These were the earliest reported threats from Red Mountain. Curse of flesh suggests blight diseases, especially corpus. The fire and ash storms preceded the threats of blight and corpus. 8 through 10 are obscure, may refer to as yet unrecognized threats from Dagothr. Recent reports of soul sickness and disturbed dreams come from townsfolk and Ashlanders alike. That the 7th and final curse has begun suggests the threat presented is about to reach a crisis. Ah, yes. I was certain I got more books than that. Just had to scroll a little bit. Note to Amaya, I don't need that. It's not even worth anything. Saint Nerevar from a Short Temple pamphlet for Western readers. Ages ago, Nerevar was the greatest Dunmer general, first counselor and companion of Vivek, Amalexia, and Saltasil, who, with the power of the great ring of the ancestors, one clan under Moon and Star, united the Dunmer houses to confront the evil Dwemer, the treacherous House Dagoth, and their western allies at Red Mountain. By providence, the faithless Dwemer were utterly destroyed, and their allies defeated, but Nerevar, mortally wounded in combat with the traitor Dagothr, was driven from Red Mountain. Nerevar died not long after of his wounds, but he lived to see the birth of the temple and to bless the unity of the Dunmer into a safekeeping of Valmsivi, the temple, and all its communion of saints. Ah, that's a short one. Nerevar, Moon and Star. This is a selection from a series of monographs by various imperial scholars on Ashlander legends. In ancient days, the Deep Elves and a great host of Outlanders came from the west to steal the land of the Dunmer. In that time, Nerevar was the great Khan and war leader of the House people, but he honored the ancient spirits and the tribal law, and became as one of us. So when Nerevar pledged upon his great ring of the ancestors, one clan under Moon and Star, To honor the ways of the spirits and the rights of the land, all of the tribes joined the house people to fight a great battle at Red Mountain. Though many Dunmer, tribesmen, and housemen died at Red Mountain, the Dwemer were defeated and their evil magics destroyed. Wow. Horrible failure at reading. And the Outlanders driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry khans of the great houses slew Nerevar in secret, and, setting themselves up as gods, neglected Nerevar's promises to the tribes. But it is said that Nerevar will come again with his ring, and cast down the false gods, and by the power of his ring will make the good to his promises to the tribes, to honor the spirits and drive the Outlanders from the land. How about this one? Another short one. The real Nerevar. This Telvanni retainer's informal history of Nerevar lists no sources. When the Dunmer followed Veloth to Morrowind, there were many warring clans, with no law or leader in common. One Dunmer warlord, Nerevar, had the ambition to rule all the Dunmer. In that time, House Dwemer were great enchanters, so Nerevar went in secret to a Dwemer smith and asked for an enchanted ring that would help him. The ring gave its wearer great powers of persuasion for safety. Her powers of persuasion. For safety, it was enchanted to instantly kill anyone who wore it except Nerevar. The ring was called Moon and Star, and it helped Nerevar unite the various clans into the First Council. Later, however, disputes over religion divided the council, with House Dwemer and House Dagoth on one side and all the other houses on the other. Dwemer and Dagoth invited Orc and Nord clans as allies, and held northwest Morrowind, while Nerevar mustered the other houses and nomad tribes and marched to meet the Dwemer-Dagoth Westerner forces. The armies met at Red Mountain, a Dwemer stronghold. The Dwemer were defeated with great slaughter, and terrible sorceries were used, resulting in the utter extermination of House Dwemer, House Dagoth, and their allies. Nerevar was killed in the battle and his ring lost, but Nerevar's alliance survives in Morrowind's ruling political institution, the Grand Council. Oops. Let's just check the quests here. Strange, I'm not seeing anything about the I'm not seeing anything about the main quest. Aha! That's right. I need to return to Nabani Mesa up in, not there, the Urshulaku camp, and give her these lost prophecies. It's a shame that isn't showing up in the in the quest list here. That'll make things a little easier. Autosave. Surprised that hasn't been overwritten. But well, let's just make 2 saves here to be safe. That'll be it for this session. I think it's most likely quite a bit shorter than, the usual Morrowind session, but I'm a bit tired and my voice is already worn out. No thanks to that. Well, many thanks to that. Trying to do that Dunmer voice for the guy upstairs, I think. So yeah, that'll be it for this session of Morrowind. She tried to do a Dunmer voice as well. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.